So when I originally watched this show, it was thanks to a DVD available at local Dollar General. I really loved the show, and thankfully I got 2 more DVDs afterwards. So today we're going to be reviewing Pet Alien, a show that aired on Cartoon Network in 2005. So you're possibly wondering, how does the story go? Well, it centers around a 12-year-old boy named Tommy Kato, whose lighthouse is invaded by 5 aliens. And trust me, that's actually a great premise. Now, as usual, I'm gonna go over 6 points for this review. So the stories are basically good with the plots and sense. For example, there's an episode where Dingo makes friends with a mailbox, while Tommy has to make sure his proofs of purchase get delivered in order to get his X-ray glasses. Another example is where the aliens find a washed-up box that they assume is a box of doom, while Tommy has to find Captain Spanky's box of Norwegian jumping beans. Those are pretty good. The plots are interesting, and the scenes are cool. So the editing is really good. It's got decent transitions, but it definitely has some really good hand-drawn anime clouds. Not only that, but the music is really catchy. Trust me, if you search up the show's soundtrack, you might get a chance to boogie to one of them. I don't boogie to them, sadly, because I'm more of a fan of dubstep and EDM and other electronic music genres. But the soundtrack's pretty cool, you know? Well, I got good news and bad news. The bad news is the show only contains 4 voice actors. The good news is, well, the voice acting's really good. Tommy is a 12-year-old with an adult voice, which is really kind of weird, because if you're gonna star kid characters, I think it's best if you just star kids. But you get used to it after a while. But what's really impressive is Swanky. Swanky has a British voice, even though he's more technically of a Squidward. But still, he has a pretty cool voice, and his character does a good job matching up with that voice. The others are really good, like Dingo and Gumbo's voices are pretty good too. I really do enjoy them. But seriously, Swanky has a British voice, and he's technically an evil version of Squidward. How awesome is that? So the dialogue is pretty cool too. Once again, the voice acting is really good, trust me. And yeah, the dialogue's not really clunky. It has good quality. And that's all I have to say about the voice acting, sadly. So the jokes this show has are basically hilarious most of the time, but sometimes are kind of a bit obnoxious. Mainly just with the fart and burp jokes. But the other jokes are pretty hilarious. I never laugh at them, but that's probably because I don't understand that type of humor. For me to deal that, or I'm just not interested in the show's comedy, sadly. But still, the jokes are pretty good, and I really like them, you know? Now here comes the animation. And oh boy, do I have a lot to say about this one. The show's animation is kind of an issue. Let's start with the character designs. The character designs are pretty cool, but some of them can look a bit either ugly or off. I'm sorry, no offense or anything. But for the actual movement, well, it's stiff and it kind of glitches sometimes. But I will give them credit though. The details are really good and the textures are fine. It's just some of the character designs and the animation movements are kind of a bit of a downfall. But once again, the show does basically the show has hand-drawn animated clouds. And that is something I really enjoy. Also, I'll give credit. the movement can have some motion blur at times. Not only that, but, well, it's still fast-paced and energized, so I'll give them credit for that. So how would I rate this show? Honestly, I would rate it a 7 out of 10. It's not as great as, say, Hell of a Boss, but it's certainly better than Chop Sucky Chooks. It's definitely average. But here's the thing, I recommend you give it a watch. Because while the animation is bad, it does have some great characters, awesome voice acting, and pretty good jokes, and also pretty good stories to make up for it. Give it a try. Now before I go, I do hope this show actually gets a reboot one day, and gets a chance to hire more voice cast members. Because it would be so nice if Tom Kenny was in this show. As well as maybe Tara Strong. Anyways, thank you so much for watching my review video. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button, and leave a comment down below. And don't forget to also purchase a Pet Alien DVD in case you want to watch the show yourself. I'll see you guys in the next video. Spaceboy CT out.
The end.